Alright, hello everyone. How are you doing? I still haven't figured out this puzzle yet. We will see if I'm able to figure it out by the last episode of this event or if I need to look it up. Anyway, that's not what we're doing. Today, we're gonna just want to do some chill exploring. Well, that's what I wanted to do. But then I remembered, we haven't gone and looked for all the characters and seeing what they're up to after Simulanka, because they're supposed to be spread throughout here and Tivat and, you know, just doing stuff now that they can leave and come and go as they please. And we also have not yet done these two quests here as part of the story. So we're gonna do that today, and yeah, should be fun. And we'll see if I can figure out that puzzle at some point. I still don't know what he means, or it feels like we're forgetting something. Alright, anyway, Fischl is over here. Hello, Fischl.
Oz, though I customarily refer to you as my familiar, in truth, I have always seen you as...
Say no more, mein Fräulein. I, Osvaldo Hrafnavines, hereby pledge to always stay by your side.
Quite rightly so. The Prinzessin should expect no less from her most favored Nachtraben.
I couldn't agree more, mein Fräulein.
Aww. What a beautiful view this is that Fischl has here. Surely this is part of her kingdom and she gets to look at it all the time. Oh yeah, last time we got Kirara's outfit too. I like it a lot. Okay, let me just check to see where everybody else is at. So it looks like, oh, we should head to Fontaine, because that looks like where Navia went. With Clorand and Chiori, so that's cool. But she's probably telling them stories of what happened, right? Oh, come on. Look, she has the mask. So cute. Alright, let's see. Are they? Oh, they're here! I was like, where'd they go?
And that's the way the cookie crumbled. So what do you think? You two fancy taking a stroll around my kingdom?
I know, Navia was the best king ever.
Playing a little too much tabletop troop.
No, it's real, it's
I
real.
actually haven't seen her at all in a little while.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, it's real. Just come with me and you'll see it for yourself.
So, you were the king, huh? Somehow, that part doesn't sound so far-fetched. I actually think you'd fill those boots quite easily.
Yeah.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Well, if we're going to be traveling with a king, we'll need proper titles as well, right? I guess
That's right.
I can be the royal tailor.
Okay. Then I'll be Her Majesty's personal bodyguard.
I'm sure
Those
those
work
would
well.
But we don't have rules like that in my kingdom. Oh yeah, and can we go buy a music box first?
Why, exactly?
Because her whole kingdom is a music box.
Let's just say I've developed a new appreciation for them after my recent adventures.
Yeah.
Just imagine it.
She has a whole
One
kingdom
night
in a
while I'm
music
asleep,
box.
one of the small dancing figures in the music box suddenly steps off its track and starts moving on its own. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Though this may be a normal occurrence in your fairy tale world, Your Majesty, I must implore you to inform me immediately should any such incidents transpire in the real world. Because, from the perspective of a Marechaussee hunter, or really any normal person,
That music box sounds like bad news.
Alright, nice to catch up with you all. Sounds like you guys are gonna have lots of fun over in Simulanka. Alright, let's head over to Inazuma next. Let's go see what Kirara's up to. I bet she is having fun with her new outfit, right? I love being able to travel around as a cat so much as Kirara. Let's see. Oh, didn't make it to the wall. gosh, it doesn't seem that long ago that we were coming through Inazuma, and yet it suddenly feels really nostalgic here.
Hey there. It's good to see you again.
About your clothes.
Pretty amazing, right? I never thought I'd be able to keep this outfit in the real world.
I know, it's so cool that you get to, right?
It feels so nice against my skin. Still, not the best thing to wear when I'm out on a delivery. Something about running around carrying a parcel when I'm dressed like this seems to make everyone suspicious. Especially the guards, the Millilith, and so on. They always stop me and interrogate me on the spot.
That, because she's a cat burglar?
I'll just have to switch back to my old outfit when I'm on the job.
I love how with her cat box though, she has the mask. Even though she's not supposed to dress like this when she's on the job. About the recent adventure.
It was fantastic! A magical world full of things I'd never seen before. Great scenery, really friendly people. Oh, and I also took a trip back to the Forest of Blessings after we parted ways. Grandpa Almond introduced me
Awesome.
to everyone in the forest and reassured them that I wouldn't scratch anything. I made sure to
That's
fully relax my
great.
claws while I was there. I didn't want to find out how they'd react to seeing them. With this adventure under my belt, I can turn the tables on my grandma. It's my turn to tell her some stories.
Does she know? But does she know that you turn into a human? Oh, I guess the granny doesn't know that she's both the cat and the person, right? But Granny knows both of them, even though they're the same person. Is that how it works? Anyway, that's awesome. Yes, definitely tell her some stories, because this was so much fun. About your future plans.
After peace returned to Simulanka, a lot of people started saying they wanted to pay a visit to the world beyond. But they're
That's
a
so
little
awesome.
worried about whether
That's so
it's safe or
awesome
not.
that they actually can come
If
to the
any of
real
them
world.
do visit Tibet, I'd love to be their guide. I could even use my delivery box to take them around. If anyone understands the joy of seeing new things, it's me.
Awesome. Let's catch up another
Sure
time.
thing. It's always a pleasure adventuring with you guys. I had so much fun.
Yeah. I love how even though she doesn't have like cat ears on her human body, she always has cat ears somewhere. She's always wearing the cat ears somehow, right? Alright, let's head over to Sumeru City and go over to the Grand Bazaar. Because I think that is where we will find Nilu, who probably also got to keep her outfit. Which, of course, that's super cool. Bye, Kirara. I guess we'll see Kirara again, too, because she's in the other world quest, right? The one we haven't done yet, I think. I hope that quest didn't disappear and that she's back. But they can travel back and forth between Simulanka and the real world, so I'm sure that quest is still there. Nilu. Wait, where's Nilu? I thought she'd be here. Somewhere. Somewhere? Hello, Nilu. Wait. Hold on. On the stage? But she's not here. Is it the wrong time of day? I mean, nighttime seems like that's when it would be. Wait, where did she go? Nilu! Things sometimes change when we change the clock, so... Or maybe it's because I haven't done the quest here yet. Could that be it? That could be it. Okay, well then there's a chance the other two that I'm gonna visit might not be here either. Let's go see Nahida and Wonder. Oh, I think we started the quest, okay? It's not voiced. Oh, right. Didn't Kali say Sumeru City has been pretty lively lately? Aren't you even a little curious? Sounds fun to me. Right? Paimon agrees. Then let's go see what's going on. For our first stop, maybe start the academia? Okay, there I go. Now I know where we can meet our friends. An odd textual mystery? Is that what it says? Okay. Meow. I love cats. Oh, Farzan. Hello. What is going on in Sumeru City? I mean, it's great to visit everybody again. We love our Sumeru friends. But yeah, what's going on with all of you? Look, that's Farzan over there. Do you think we should ask? Even just glancing at the borrowing records gives me flashbacks to how awful that book was. How irritating. Farzan, what are you doing talking to yourself over here? I am Madame Farzan, after all. It's not out of place for me to mull over things out loud, wouldn't you say? But in this case... never mind. Forget about it. Why the two of you suddenly decide to drop by? About that, we heard something about a party and didn't want to miss out. Kali told us that Sumeru is the place to be now. Apparently, tons of interesting things are happening, so we thought we'd ask around. Any idea what she was talking about? Interesting things? What might Kali find interesting? Tainari's tail getting so fluffed up like a ball of tumbleweed? Or Sino climbing a tree and getting his hood caught in a branch? Those would be pretty interesting. Oh, those actually happened? Wow, we really missed all that? Seriously, and no one thought to tell me? Still, she said there was something big everyone's been talking about. Can you think of anything slightly more significant? More significant? Is something the matter, madam? Now that you mention it, it must be what I think it is. Recently, rumors have been going around about a certain book. Eek! That's a classic horror story opening. It's not some kind of forbidden tome or anything like that, is it? Forbidden tome? As far as I'm concerned, it might as well be. Tell me, have you ever read one of those really, really, really badly written detective novels? Fortunately did. Tell me exactly how bad it was. Leave this to Paimon. For example, the type where you start off thinking it's a locked room murder mystery, but it actually turns out that the whole building was just moved? That's right. Or it's supposed to be based on pure reasoning and logical deduction, but at the end, it turns out that the culprit has some kind of superpower. Exactly! Or it starts out super serious, and then the second half, it just reveals that everyone lost their memories out of the blue. Or it's set in a mountain village in the middle of a snowstorm, and the police officer, who's been portrayed as a serious figure throughout the whole story, suddenly turns out to be the murderer, without even the slightest hint of foreshadowing. You're both being way too specific. You'll offend half the crime novelists into that if you keep going. My apologies. I let myself get a bit carried away there for a moment. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I did borrow a book like that a few days past. So you borrowed a badly written book. But that happens to the best of us. No, that's the problem. Blizzards swept mountain villages, superpowers, police officers who turned out to be criminals. This book had it all, and more. Reading it was tantamount to torture. And despite how complicated it wasn't engaging in the slightest. But there have been all sorts of rumors circulating about this book. Because of the strange marks drawn all over the pages, people are saying that it must be concealing secrets. Do you think there's treasure involved? I'm not sure, but there must be many who believe so. Not only have more and more people been borrowing it, but they've all been specifically asking for the marked up copy. Have you borrowed it too? Yes, I have. As you well know, I am a scholar, so it's only natural to have a bit of curiosity. So, just what secrets does the Book of the Center of Rumors actually hold? I read through it carefully from start to finish. Most of the marks are circles, but the beginning and end points of each stroke differ, as does the color of the ink used. Most importantly, all the names of the people in the book have been circled. Not only that, many of them are adapted from famous figures in Sumeru's history. Some speculate that these marks must have been left by different scholars over the eras, each researching the book's secrets, each searching for a name they believed in. others believe that they are a kind of notation made by different people belonging to the same organization, and that the names circled are their code names. Still others think that it is some kind of encryption cipher, but even after finishing it, I came no closer to uncovering the mystery. And you know that Farazan is like the encryption master, right? Because she's from Haravatat, she's the puzzle solver. She managed to solve the puzzle after being stuck 100 years in it. So if she can't figure out an encryption, that's probably not it. Not only was reading it a complete waste of my time, but the sheer absurdity of the shoddy excuse for a plot several times over, I was so angry that I returned the book immediately. And when I came to the house of Dana today, I found lots of people skulking around. I suppose they're all still looking for that thing. No wonder you're all zoned out like that. Paimon's guessing you won't be boring any more detective novels anytime soon. Indeed. Paimon, Teddy, surely the two of you must understand how I feel. Yes, I do. Don't worry, madam, I feel your frustration. What's the book called? We'll borrow it and take a look ourselves. What? It's called Reasoning Knows Not the Time. Why was my brain cannot read this? Reasoning knows not time of day, but suspense always follows a blizzard. For some reason, that phrase is really hard for my brain to read. You sure it's a detective novel? Sounds more like the title of a light novel. Tell me about it. Anyway, read it at your own risk. It truly is unbearably boring. Okay, well, thanks for the heads up. This is linked to Simulanka. Okay. Hold on. No one's here. I'm guessing the Sumeru characters do not appear in their places before I finish this quest. So we should probably go and do that. Enter the House of Dana. There's so many books with long titles here. Let Paimon have a look. Working hard and vacationing harder. What the heck? That's a book in a scholarly library? I guess the House of Dana is a library. It's not just a scholarly library. It has all kinds of books. Oh yeah, okay, sure. An Atlas of Rare Rainforest-Dwelling Species, Professional Edition. The Art of the Construction of Coffee Machines. Who exactly reads these? Well, presumably somebody who needs to build a coffee machine, either. I mean, that's pretty obvious to deduce. Secrets of the Elemental Sciences? The book jacket even says, expert approved. The former Sage Cyrus praises this as an excellent entry-level book. And this one, Okay. I'll just take a deep breath. A compilation and summary of common basic grammar rules for rare languages of the ancient desert people. Sometimes you just gotta break it down slow. Now Paimon's dizzy. It's just so many words. Come on, Paimon. You can learn 20 different... Huh? Is that Layla over there? Let's just ask her. She may know something. Is this really the thing that Kale was telling us about? I kind of doubt it was this book, but I mean... Teddy, Paimon, it's been so long. I'm still a bit tired. Didn't sleep well last night? I was reading a novel, so I stayed up late. It wasn't that detective novel that everyone's been talking about, was it? The one with a super long name. Huh? Oh, no. If you're talking about... Reasoning knows not time of day, but suspense always follows Blizzard. Oh, right, yes. No, it wasn't that one. Madame Farzan said it was really dull, so I didn't borrow it. Oh, so you're not that interested in the book's secrets? I haven't been even been able to keep up with my own work, even though I'm up late all the time these days. So relatable. But way more people have been interested in the book than I ever imagined. 7 or 8 in a single morning. I feel like a living signboard sitting here like this. Kaveh asked me the same question, so... Oh, hi, Kaveh. Sorry, I was really busy reading the text and suddenly I look up and Kaveh's there. Like, oh, I didn't even see you. That ladder really hid you very well. So he must be looking for it too? He was even hiding behind a ladder before, looking for something. He looked really embarrassed. Oh, okay, never mind, he's not there, my bad. Searching for something, hiding behind a ladder? He must be after more! That's gotta be it, so he can hurry up and pay off his debt to... Wait, no. Let's just pretend Paimon didn't say anything. Layla, you're really sleepy, right? You must be dreaming this conversation. I really didn't get it anyway. But if you say so, it's a dream. Thank you, we'll keep looking. Okay. See you next time. It doesn't help that I actually really want to fall asleep. It's not often Layla falls asleep so quickly. Good for her. Paimon thinks we should go ask Kaveh now. If he's searching for the book, he must know something. But where is he now? Good question. But we can try hanging around where he might show up. There's a good chance he's there right now, right? Sure. I mean, why not? Alright, let's see. Kaveh, are you... Oh, you're not here. You're home. I was like, is he somewhere in the library? No. Even though the first place we met him is the library, the place we know we can always find him is down here. Let's see. Sorry, not his home. Alhaitham's. Well, but it is his home too now, basically. It is. It's where he lives. Did you ever think we seem like a pair of thieves? Hiding here to ambush Kaveh? It almost feels like we're here to extort him or something. Paimon's not sure where that is, though. We just want to ask him a couple questions, that's all. Don't make it sound like we're the baddies. I know. When have you ever been bothered by your conscience? That's what I was gonna ask. Since when have we ever been concerned about this? Huh? That sounds like footsteps. Quick, let's take a look. I guess it's because we're trying to hide Kaveh's not-so-secret about, like, living in Alhaitham's house. Stop right there, Huh? Alhaitham? What are you doing here? Where else would he be? It's his house, too. Actually, it's his house, period. It's... But true, what are you doing here? I thought you should be working right now. You have a very busy job. I know, that's funny, isn't it? Good question. Surprising indeed. I was under the impression that you knew I lived here. Good morning. Good morning. What can I do for you? Nothing. Never mind. Oh? Goodbye, then. See ya. He just left. Does he have work to do or something? Footsteps again. They're heading towards the door. Stop right there, Kaveh. Huh? What are you two doing here? Good question. Surprising indeed. Paimon was under the impression that you know the only reason we'd be here was if we were looking for you. Paimon, you don't sound like yourself. I know, we don't sound like ourselves. What is happening? Looking for a certain book by any chance? Wait, what?
Here's the deal.
You and Paimon pull Kaveh to one side and then hushed, okay. How is it that you guys know everything? And there I was, thinking I was super discreet the whole time. No one should even have noticed.
Come on, get real. You really think that no one knows you live here?
I know we're talking about the book. We're talking about the fact that he lives here. Hey, that's not fair. Of course nobody knows, except for Sino, Tainari, Kale, and the two of you, right? Friends are friends. If they know, well, they know. But what if a stranger overheard us? It would have been a disaster. It might even impact my career. Anyway, about that book.
You believe it contains intel about hidden treasure, don't you? Looking to get rich quick, are we?
Yeah. Are you offering to help find it?
Shucks, why didn't you say so earlier? So there really is treasure. How about this? We help you find it, and we split the loot 50-50. It's a deal. After all we've been through, it's finally our turn to get rich. No need to keep yapping. Hidden treasure, the Paimon probe's homing in on ya.
Huh? Hey, Paimon. Okay, I guess we are bringing Kaveh with us.
Huh? Is that Dia?
Hi, Dia. Teddy and Paimon, there's no space there. Must be my lucky day running into the two of you like this.
Dia, you mercenaries are pretty tuned into the grapevine. Have you heard of a book called Reasoning? Reasoning knows not time of day, but suspense always follows a blizzard.
I nailed it. I got it this time. Wait, you guys are looking for it too?
I do, you don't mean you're looking for it too? Darn it does. So, does that mean we're finally going to square off against Dia?
Wait a minute. Would you mind telling me exactly why you're looking for it? Once more, we go over the rumors that Farazan told you. If it really does turn out to be something important, I'll be sure to let you know if I hear anything.
Well, really? From your reaction before, Paimon thought you were after it too.
Don't worry. A client had asked me to get her the book, but her attitude seemed off somehow, so I didn't take the commission. She's a smart cookie, though, and it was like she was hiding something, so I thought she must have an ulterior motive. Besides, I have other things to look into right now. Who could that be? I have no idea who could that be. Because I don't know who we know that Dia doesn't know that could be the person, so it's probably somebody we don't know. Anyway. Compared to some commission, it's more important that you uncover the truth behind that book. Anyway, no time to lose. I've got to get going.
Alright then, good luck. And don't forget to tell us if you hear anything.
I still love how Dia said goodbye to us before we went to Fontaine. Thanks, Dia. I wonder who Dia's client could be. Me too. Because I imagine it's not somebody we know, because there's probably nobody in Sumeru that, in terms of the playable characters, that we know and Dia doesn't know. So, hey! Hi, Kaveh. How are you so fast? How are you? I don't know. How are you so slow? I had a full conversation with somebody else while you were running after me.
Flying's faster than running?
Sorry, it's a traveler thing. Having been through so much, I run fast. Alright, listen to me. It's like this. Paimon, don't get your hopes up. That book, it isn't some kind of treasure map. It's just an unbelievably unremarkable, surpassingly ordinary detective novel.
Huh? But didn't you just say there was treasure? If most people backtrack like that, Paimon just think they changed their mind and want to keep the moral for themselves. But that's not something you do.
No, that's... I'm sorry, I just couldn't bring myself to tell you earlier, so I played along with what you were saying. Here's what happened. I borrowed the book a month ago. When I opened to the first page, I discovered one of the names is printed incorrectly. That night, I'd been drinking. Just a little. And I started to feel drowsy, so I picked up a pen and circled the name. You know, if that happened in any other library that was not, you know, an ancient library like the House of Dana, or maybe even in a library like the House of Dana, I'm sure you would get fined for scribbling in pen all over the book. But okay. Oh, right, they're allowed to annotate. Okay, never mind. Forget it. Okay, never mind. I forget I said anything. That's right, because they mentioned before that they annotate books. Okay, never mind. As I'm sure you know, the House of Dana allows borrowers to annotate the books they take out. I'm in the habit of doing that, so at the time I didn't give it a second thought. But after I was a dozen or so pages in, I realized that the names of all the characters in the book had been intentionally written slightly wrong. Right, because they don't want to make it exactly like the historical figures. They want to make it referencing the historical figures, but not exactly the same, because it's a fictional book. Is that right? Maybe it would be more accurate to say that the novel itself was quite strange. All the characters' names were based on real historical figures, but rather than use their original names, they'd been tweaked ever so slightly, which is, you know, something an author can do in fiction. Most people would assume that the author had made a mistake or that there had been a printing error when they saw spelling mistakes like that. Are you sure? I mean, it's a fictional book, so I mean, that wouldn't necessarily be my first thought, but okay. I didn't find the content particularly appealing, so I returned it before I finished reading it. But later on, I read that the book had suddenly become the talk of the town, and that there were rumors about mysterious treasure or something. And you thought it had something to do with you?
It certainly does sound like it.
Yeah, and I also heard that now, all the names in the book have been circled, not just one. I just haven't been able to figure out what in Teyvat must have happened after I returned it. Did you tell anyone else that you borrowed it? Let me think. Tainari. Last time when we met, I also told him about how poorly some of the parts of the book were written. He said I'd made it sound pretty funny, so much so, in fact, that he'd suddenly want to take a look himself. You made it sound like it was so bad it's good.
In that case, let's go find Tainari.
That's fine with me, but I still have some work to finish up and it's pretty urgent. How about I head back first and we can meet up again later once I'm done?
No problem. Hope your work goes well.
Me too, thanks. See you later then. Bye, Kavi! No. Oh my gosh. That world quest, that's taking up the spot? Is there hold on. I can't. This is the quest I need not the other ones. This is the quest I need the focused experience mode for. Yeah, not all these silly, full-on story quests that have a ton of content. No, it's these little side quests that I need it for. Hey, you two. With all due respect, sir. The music score. Okay. I totally forgot. These are the guys from the commission, right? Decent music score. We may as well pay a modest fee for hiring professional theater to help. Negative, not possible. That way the gift would mean nothing. I further modify the arithmetic formula and generate another music score. Are you trying to build a machine to print music? Let me think about it. What are you two doing? Traveler, perfect timing. Mr. Garcia and I are trying to train the numbering machine into a fine composer. It might sound a bit perplexing. To put it simply, Mr. Garcia is trying to make the numbering machine generate music scores through certain equations. That sounds like something that is, requires a little bit more computing power than your numbering machine. But good luck. Is the numbering machine that powerful? The numbering machine is a calculator by nature. It is, of course, not capable of generating music scores on its own. After the numbering machine produces its results, Mr. Garcia has to use another arithmetic formula to translate everything to music notes. I think I'm totally getting this. I get your concept. I'm not sure it's going to work with the technology you have in this era, but I'd like to see how this goes. Precisely, Lu Tong. That is a very nice summary. It is exactly what I meant. So much for the explanation, Traveler. I'm in pressing need of your help. Please lend me a hand. More and other payments will not be a problem. This is urgent. Are you wanted by Fontaine? Negative. It's an even direr situation. Do you happen to remember Miss Kaya? She is leaving Sumeru with her troupe today. I made a promise to her that I would present her a gift as a proper goodbye. And this arithmetic music score, which is calculated purely by algorithm, is my gift for Kaya. Are you sure you don't want to just give her, the machine as is, or you know, souvenir, flowers, some other memento. But the score doesn't even look like it could be sung. There's no way I can present this as a gift to her. How about other gifts? I'm afraid that won't work. If it were a commonplace gift, Kaya might... Apologies. I need a moment to calm down and collect my thoughts. I'm sure she wouldn't think any less of you for getting a normal gift. And then, when she comes back, you will have fully finished this machine, and it will be great. It will work so well, right? Anyway, I need to further upgrade the numbering machine. Please come visit Mr. Ahangar with me. I'm certain that you'll be great help. Oh, please lend a hand. Okay. So I'm guessing... oh no, I can finish now. Why did I need to clear this location to go to Gandharvaville? Why did I need to clear the coffee location? I guess maybe they're gonna go to the coffee house after this. No, wait, why would they do that? Why would they make it so I have to clear the coffee location to go to Gandharvaville? I don't understand. Alright, anyway. I guess we'll finish that quest after this, too. Tainari! Hello, how are you? Over there! Hey, Tainari! I heard you. How's it going, Teddy and Paimon? You guys sure look excited. You tell Tainari how you're looking for a novel, reasoning not knows that book. As you do so, you reflect once more on how absurdly long the title is and how even just saying it aloud makes you feel tired. That one. Yes, I did go to the House of Dana to borrow it. Kaveh said it wasn't worth reading, but I was curious, so I went and read it anyway. The problem was, there were already 2 names circled in the book I borrowed, and the style of each circle was different. It was like some kind of game. Someone had drawn a red circle around the name of the first character that appeared. Then someone had drawn a green circle around another name.
So, in the time between Kaveh returning the book and you taking it back out again, someone else had already annotated it?
That's right.
I'm unsure that the first circle was drawn by Kaveh.
Yep, no surprise there. If you stop and think about it for a second, guessing the identity of the second annotator should be trivial. No? There's so many characters it could be.
Wait, you mean it was...
Oh. I see. If there are 2 people living in a house, and one of them drew the first circle, then it's highly likely that the other person left a mark too. Good point. I mean, that doesn't work for, most cases, but with Kaveh and Al-Haytham, it kind of does. Sometimes those 2 really are too much. In the end, it is as I suspected from the beginning. The first character whose name had been circled on the very first page turned out to be the murderer. Surely that's just a blatant spoiler. Like that joke where someone opens a novel and bam, there's a note in the margin that spoils everything right from the start.
What kind of joke would be so cruel?
That was one of Cyrus's. And it wasn't just a joke. He said he actually pulled a stunt like that when he was younger. What a great guy.
I was unlucky to borrow the book after he scribbled all over it.
My master, Nafis, and Professor Zaha Hadid, who had a seminar with him that very afternoon. Cyrus said that Master once threatened to give him a good beating over the side entrance of the House of Dana. It was only thanks to my mother and Professor Zaha Hadid intervening that it didn't happen.
Paimon doesn't sympathize with Cyrus at all. Not one bit.
This is why we love the Sumeru cast so much. All of them are so funny. Whether it's Cyrus, who's actually a trickster, or just all of them who just seem like they're in their own, I don't know, comedy. It is always a joy to come back to them. The House of Dana has never stopped people from annotating books, But this seemed like a special case. I didn't think the book could be allowed to keep circulating like that. So, I circled up several names myself, laying a false trail. Why would you do that? The best place to hide a leaf is in the forest. It's a simple principle.
Well, when you put it like that, but still.
How many names did you circle, Tainari? Let me think. Not too many, about 3 or 4. I chose them all randomly.
Then who circled the other names in the book?
There must have been others who borrowed it and did something similar. I'm just not sure why.
Who would have thought that borrowing books could be so complicated?
I know, right?
Alright, let's go see if there's any other clues. We'll definitely be able to find out more by asking around.
Now we're going to go to the coffee place. Now we're going to go over here. Okay, who's left? Who's left here?
Hi, Dia. Let's go tell her the story. Huh? Candace is there too.
So, I need to reflect a little on what I did.
What happened?
To meet you here today is surely due to the guidance of the gods. Greetings.
Candace, is this a personal trip?
Today's trip to the city is to buy provisions for the people of Aro village, as well as help Miss Sataria deliver a message to the sages of the academia while I'm here. On the way, I happened to see Dia sitting in the cafe looking down, so I came over to chat with her. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. It's just that I suddenly remembered a few details about that book after talking with you. Before that client had even contacted me, I'd heard rumors of an exciting novel full of undiscovered secrets. Out of curiosity, I asked Sino to take it out for me. As a desert dweller and a mercenary to boot, the idea of solving a mystery treasure map is pretty exciting.
Paimon totally gets that.
We inherited our custom of searching for the golden wisdom in the sands from the gods themselves. But that book turned out to be as dry as dust. A bunch of names have been circled, but I still couldn't figure out what the puzzle was supposed to be, despite reading the whole thing through carefully from start to finish. In the end, I started to think it was some kind of ritual or game or something, so I picked up a pen and drew a circle of my own. But later on, Miss Dunyazard asked her parents to find a way to borrow it for her. She even said the mysterious markings fascinated her, even though she couldn't get into the book itself. If they were just regular annotations, it wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary. But these strange circles, you can't help but want to try and figure out what they mean. Okay, so I'm just gonna say I think everybody's just drawing circles because that's what everybody else is doing. So you guys are all just following each other with no clue as to why you're doing it other than it's cool and it's mysterious and it's strange and it's being part of the unknown. You guys are so funny. That's true. So Dia, when you're reflecting on it, what you're reflecting on is having accidentally interfered with other people's reading experiences. Is that correct? Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on a second. Why did you tell Candace?
She's a warrior, you know. Sometimes she has to interrogate criminals and other things like that too. Everyone recognizes that her job is sacred, so we need to think over what we've gone wrong. We'll talk to her about it. Please, don't be too surprised, my dear Teddy. To me, listening to other people's mistakes is just another way of protecting them. By speaking of your own mistakes and hearing sincere advice in return, improvement will come over time. That's the way we do things.
But all she did was draw a circle. It's not like she was deliberately trying to mess with anyone. Besides, everyone agrees that the book itself is just bad. Don't worry about it, Dia.
That's true. I was just telling Candace how bizarre it is. But be that as it may, it doesn't change the fact that it just ain't right to mess with anyone else's enjoyment of a book. That's the bottom line. Anyway, Dia, please have faith that the gods will forgive your transgression. Besides, you told me about a part of the story where one of the suspects in the case ended up crawling out of the village on his hands and knees, and he was named Amal. Okay. That's right. The detective in the book argued that he must have leapt across the broken bridge like a frog. Of course, you find out later on his conjecture his conjecture was totally off base.
Why is that?
Because it turns out that Al-Ahmal has a superpower so he could float right across the broken bridge.
What the heck is this book even about? It sounds completely ludicrous.
Al-Ahmal. It's simply too reminiscent of the good name of King Dashret, don't you think? Though considering how transgressive this book sounds, I don't think it's worth overthinking it. Don't worry, I'm sure your god is not the only god that is depicted in a not so serene or deified manner in this book. You're right. You know, I can't help but wonder what our friends at the Temple of Silence would say if they somehow got their hands on this book. Well, probably, what if he shows up right now? I'm sure those sages would be able to unpack interesting ideas on the text we ordinary people could scarce dream of.
It's normal for there to be bridges outside blizzard-swept mountain villages, and normal for them to get broken, but for a person to cross one by floating in the air, why resort to such a lame plot device?
Sounds more like something out of a comic strip.
I once started to get where Farah was coming from. If you'd gotten all excited about reading a detective novel, but ended up reading tripe like this instead, better not to even think about it.
So where's the book now? Not sure. I returned it after I was done reading it, and back then there weren't as many markings inside as the rumors say there are.
Alright, the detective Iron is still on the case. Maybe we should head back to the house of Dana?
Sure. I don't know. I am so lost as to what's happening here anymore. But in a good way. Like in the this is just the chaos in the day of a life in Sumeru. Because this is what it is. Alright, let's see. Who might we find here? Al-Haytham. That's who we might find here. Oh, you're the librarian.
Hello, has Reasoning Knows Not the Time of Day, but Suspense Always Follows a Blizzard been returned yet?
There are 2 copies of this book. One's been marked up and the other hasn't. I'm guessing you're looking for the one with the marks?
Oh, you saw right through us.
Many others have asked for it too. I apologize though, it seems it hasn't been returned yet. Please come back again later. There's probably a hold list with like 20 people on it, so we're probably not gonna get it soon.
Can't you at least tell us who borrowed it?
No, it's privacy laws, Paimon. Well, as long as it isn't overdue, we'll wait patiently for it to be returned. Disclosing borrowers' identities without proper reason for doing so would be a violation of professional ethics, so you'll have to forgive me for keeping the information confidential. Yeah, I agree.
You've got a point. It would be terrible if someone looking to steal a book started harassing whoever had borrowed it.
Who is this? Is it Nahida?
Hey, you two look as confused as a couple of Harnar who's just run into something head first. Are you looking for something?
Or is that... I was like, flying, that could be Nahida or Wanderer. Thank goodness it was Nahida, because I used the Nahida voice.
That's Nahida's voice.
Hi there.
Hi, Nahida. Nahida! Have you heard of a book called Reasoning Knows Not Time of Day, but Suspense Always Follows a Blizzard? Such a long name. But yes, I know the one you mean. I heard that everyone was looking for it, and sounded fascinating, so I found a brand new copy to read myself. By brand new, do you mean it wasn't the copy with all the markings on it? Yes, that's right. I was more interested in the content of the book itself than all those rumors about hidden treasure, so an unmarked copy was all I needed. Speaking of which, it's funny. There's more than one copy of this book, but everyone's looking for the one where all the names have been circled. Are they afraid of spoilers? Or do they actually crave them?
I don't think it's about the book itself.
Oh, then do you notice the copy with the markings right now? I just so happened to have seen it in the hands of one of your friends. If you're looking for the copy that sparked all the rumors, you should look around near the Palace of Alcazar's.
Is it Dory? Anyway, thanks, Nahida. This little librarian must be so confused when we're suddenly just talking into thin air in the middle of a conversation with her. The chaos, I love it. I'm gonna call this Simulanka episode 1, but let's be honest, we did almost nothing in Simulanka today. Oh, I'm so sorry! We're just gonna move on. I'm wondering why this is not a permanent quest. I guess they don't want to do a permanent quest involving this many of like the playable characters, but oh, Sino. No, I fell down. Sino. And Dory and Sethos, of course. I was gonna say, Sethos probably wants to know. Temple of Silence probably wants to know what this book is about too.
Is that, Dory, Sino, and Sethos? Darn you, General Mahamatra. Entrapment isn't going to work. You can't do that.
Hey, what do you mean by entrapment? You were the one who said you had the book. I said I wanted to read it, then you agreed to meet me here. Sino showing up too was just a coincidence. Pure coincidence.
You... Don't play games with me. I know who you are. You're that new kid Sethos, right? I know you're a friend of Sino's.
Huh, so you do know who I am. Well, she knows everything. She keeps tabs on everything.
I saw Sino was chasing you around, trying to get you to play cards, and how you found an excuse to run off after a couple of rounds right after. That left quite an impression.
You didn't have to mention that. No, I think Dory's right about that. You always look for a way out when it comes to playing Invocation. It's becoming quite a problem. Why do you have to play it with, like, why do you have to chase Sethos down to play with it? There's so many people in the city who will play with you. But no, he's gotta play with Sethos, it's basically his little brother. You have to sit down and play with me. Teddy and Paimon, you've been standing there for quite a while.
Hi! Oh, if it isn't my dear Teddy and Paimon, what brings the two of you to the Palace of Alcazar's? Might it be that you have come to do business with me, the Lord Sangamabe? Of course. Please give me a moment to conclude our business here, and I'll be with you straight away. Anyway, General Mahamatra, as I am sure you are well aware, the means by which I had someone borrow this book from the House of Dana were both completely legal and perfectly reasonable. Seeing as it isn't yet time to return it, you have no right to forcibly seize a book I borrowed.
That would only be the case had you not engaged in any irregular activities. Yet just now, a buyer, Sethos, came to the Palace of Alcazar's on the basis of a mysterious message to meet a seller, hoping in vain to purchase a detective novel. She's gonna sell a library book? Why? I guess because it's the hot thing on the market right now. She likes to profit off of everything.
What do you mean, buyer? He's one of your people. You sent him here to deliberately try to buy it and entrap me.
That is not something I can acknowledge. What I can tell you is that I had my eye on this book for some time. Remember, it is forbidden to transfer or sell books from the House of Dana without explicit approval from relevant authorities.
I'm not selling anything, just to be clear. I'm just making the most of an opportunity. If someone pays me a little on the side, I lend them this mysterious novel to browse for a bit. If you don't believe me, just ask any of my curious readers. Yes, that's right, your readers. Anyway, I was just showing him the book.
Is that so? And here I was thinking, we're really going to go through with an illegal transaction like this, Sethos.
Huh? Wait, what? You two really aren't together?
I was just really curious about this book. I finally managed to track it down, but Sino... It's true that Dory never actually said that she wanted to sell the book. So she isn't the mastermind who started all this?
The mastermind? So, by your own account, it looks like you might have jumped the gun a bit, General Mahamatra. I'm not handing the book over.
You may think you played an ace, Dory, but when you opened the book just now, I saw the truth revealed before me. The book's return date is today. I'm just realizing the irony of this entire quest is summed up in this conversation here, which is that this entire quest is more interesting of a detective story than the detective novel the story is about itself. This is more entertaining than the book that is being investigated.
That Sino's sure got sharp eyes.
That's right, I do have good vision. You have less than half an hour before the book is overdue. Give it to me and I will return it.
How could I just hand it over to you like that? This is a mysterious, super awesome, mega amazing paragon of illogical detective novels that's practically a treasure. I'm going to make a fortune out of it.
Confession! She confessed she was going to sell it. Should you really be admitting that out loud?
I didn't say I was going to sell it. It's not going to be serious.
Then how about this? Dory, Sino, why don't you two play a little game with the book as the stakes? Really? Is this how law enforcement is going to handle this? That's one way of solving it. How about it, Dory? Do you dare to accept the challenge? If you win, I'll turn a blind eye to the book for the time being. And if you lose, you have to hand it over. I don't think this is how law enforcement is supposed to work, but let's see how this goes.
Oh, sounds interesting. Very well, I'm in. What's the contest?
Oh, we're not playing Genius Invocation TCG? I just thought for sure that would be what it is. Are both of you confident in your powers of mental recall?
My memory's not bad.
Yes. And you both have read the contents of this book, correct? That's right.
Sino, you've actually read it? Oh, well, needless to say, so have I.
In that case, I'll just open up the book and flip through a few pages, and you tell me how many names have been circled. Best out of 3 wins. Sounds good?
Huh? That's nuts!
Is this a super short novel? Or is he really gonna flip to page, like, I don't know, 226 and tell you to say exactly how many circles are on that one page? Nobody's can do that. Well, I guess Sino can, because he's super smart. And he's just super smart, super good memory. So, he's paying attention to everything, right? What? Chickening out?
No, it's a game. Let's go.
Good. In that case, the first page.
6.
6. Both correct. Next, the second page.
I think it was 4.
I'd say 4. Oh, both of you are correct again. 2 draws, so it all hangs on the next question. Listen up. I don't know why you need to do best of 3 when they could both get it right all 3 times. You should do this more like rock, paper, scissors. We just keep going until somebody loses.
Oh?
Page 61. Exactly.
Huh? What? That, I don't quite remember. 7?
I know. The answer is 5. Absolutely correct. The answer is 5.
Sino, is your memory really that good? I'm not buying it. How did you do that?
It's not actually because of a good memory, but because the circling of the names left a deep impression on me. After I borrowed it, I noticed the names of the first few pages had been selectively circled by different people. Each person's penmanship was different, and moreover, I recognized 3 circles as having been drawn by Tainari. Oh, he recognizes Tainari's handwriting. Few other people use the same color of ink as he does, so it was instantly recognizable.
You even know that?
Of course he knows that, Paimon. Yes, I learned of the habit of his long ago. At that time, I had just been promoted to General Mahamatra and would go to a secret base when I wanted to get through all my trivial tasks in my in-tray at once with minimal disturbances. I would often find Tainari hidden away on a tree there, doing his homework. Noticing the writing implements he favored wasn't exactly detective work. In all these years, he's never once changed the ink he uses. Back to the book. Anyone who's read it knows the first name circled is the real murderer. Perhaps Tainari did not want the plot to be spoiled for anyone else, so he circled the other names. Annotating or marking a book is not in itself a violation of book borrowing regulations. But why are all the other marks there? Is there some conspiracy behind them? What do they have to do with Tainari? I wanted to get to the bottom. He's investigating for Tainari. I wanted to get to the bottom of this, even if it's just for the sake of my friend. And to uncover the secret, you must become a part of the conspiracy. So, I circled all the other names that were left in the book. Pure comedy you guys all are.
What? To think you'd do such a thing. So there's no treasure at all. It was just you guys all along.
That's right. Should you wish to hide a grain of sand buried in the desert, and in that grain of sand I can catch a glimpse of the truth. And so you were drawn to it, marking your plans, yet in a twist of fate were discovered by me. No matter how vast this world is, you cannot run from the long arm of the law.
Oh, wow, you're making a meal out of this, aren't you? You really have way too much time on your hands.
I'm not gonna lie, he kind of does. Because Dory was not gonna commit a crime in this case if you hadn't made something crime-worthy enough for her to commit a crime. But at the same time, Dory was really trying to milk the opportunity. So, I mean, you get what you get, I guess.
Okay, I give up, you win. That's enough for today. It is time for Lord Sangamabe to return to her room for some repose. Farewell, all.
So, do you intend to take this book back to the Temple of Silence? I heard there was treasure hidden inside, and thought it might have something to do with the temple. I never thought that this was the real story behind it. But when you agreed to compete, I'd already surmised that you were familiar with this book. That's why I chose that particular format. Brilliant move, bro. That's right. Bros. Oh, sorry, I thought that was Pie, because Pie my turn. What's with that look?
We're just thinking. There are more twists and turns in the story behind the book than in the actual story itself.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's the irony of it. Well, as long as you got it back, I'll leave uncovering the rest of the secrets to you, and take my leave for now. See you later, everyone. Can I borrow the book? Well, we're gonna have to return it to the library and check it out again. Of course. After Sino hands you the book, you and Paimon quickly thumbed through it. Though you weren't reading very carefully, you can tell that something's not quite right. The plot is widely imaginative, and just as everyone says, though most of the names in the book seem familiar, on close inspection you realize that they aren't actually the names of the historical figures you thought they were at first. Not only that, but every name has been circled. Thinking back on the course of events, you fall silent, and then you explain the full story. I'm sure this is more than the half hour left we have to return the book. But sure. How unexpected, but still, it does make sense, and it is far better than the existence of an actual conspiracy. In that case, I still have other plans. Last time I was at Caravan Rebot, I promised I'd meet Dia and Candace for drinks. Could I trouble you to return the book for me? Yep, leave it to me. Thanks, friend. We're gonna have so much to explain to this librarian, I don't even know where to start. Have we talked to every single Sumeru character? Who would we be missing? I don't think we're missing anybody, because we talked with Kale to start the quest. I guess we're only missing Wanderer, who was in Simulanka, so and Nilu, who was in Simulanka. So they've gotten a lot of story so far. So I guess this is every other Sumeru character got to show up in this one. Is that right? Hold on. So we have Sethos up there, and then we have Kaveh, Dia, Al-Haytham, Farzan, Layla, Nahida, Sino, Candace, Dory, Tainari, Kali. Wow, everybody showed up. That's awesome. I love when they do events like that. I love when they do events where they bring all the characters from a region together. Even though Nilu and Wanderer didn't show up because they were in the main part of the event, but that's awesome.
Well, we're finally back. Now let's return this book.
You really found the book? Amazing! I've been waiting for it here. I've been waiting here for it to be returned so I could see it as soon as possible. You account the entire tale to Kaveh's eager ears. Huh? Seriously? How is that even possible? I circled the actual murderer?
Paiwan's pretty surprised by this whole thing too.
Let's just take care of the book problem first. Returning it. Hello, this book. It's probably all my fault for using a permanent ink to mark a page, since that caused a whole mess of other things to happen. Now it's all marked up like this, and there's even a risk of those marks spoiling the story, so I'd like to buy it. The whole issue should be avoidable if the Academia uses the money to buy a new copy. Would you please consider my proposal?
Mr. Kaveh, your idea has merit, and it is indeed a good way to resolve the situation. I'll confirm the book's price now, and then you can pay over there.
Oh, Kaveh, you're getting a priceless item. Dory is gonna sell that for like $1 million, so you're getting a steal. That's great. Thank you so much. And now everybody who has this book on hold is gonna go absolutely insane when they get an unmarked copy. Shortly afterwards, Kaveh accompanies the Academia staff to register to the purchase of the book and pays the full amount. The staff member carefully wraps up the thoroughly marked up book and gives it to him. What a blunder. Regardless, thank you so much for all your help.
It was nothing. We were just kind of along for the ride. Still, Kaveh, it'd be better if you used something more erasable to make notes in the future.
I understand. I'll never let myself subconsciously correct typesetting errors ever again. No, I mean, I'll never borrow a book with such a long name, at least for a while. And the saga finishes. It wraps up. Oh, hi. Ah, Al-Haytham. You're here. I was looking everywhere for you. What is it? Guess what I got in this little bag here? If I had to guess, a young man's tears of regret? Ouch! He's so... Okay. What would you know? It's reasoning knows not time of day, but suspense always follows a blizzard. You actually bothered to memorize a ridiculous and boring name like that? That's just because when I was filling out the paperwork to buy it at the Academia's office, I had to write it out over and over again. I'm so sorry for your pain. Then it looks like this book has a new owner. Only because I subconsciously marked it up the book with ink. Did you know that Tainari, Dia, and Sino all circled names in the book? And it all started because the name I circled was the real killer. Huh. To be perfectly honest, the moment I first saw the murderer's name circled, I knew this would happen. Wait a second. How come you've read the book too? Because you had it in the house? I had the pleasure of reading in the house of Dana. The logic is a mess. It's just poorly written. Okay, so you read it before any of us. I mean, not that that's a huge shocker. I mean, that's what you do in a library. And you left the book out in the study. Yeah, I know, right? He just left it. He has it in the house. I mean, of course he just looked through it. So you knew I circled the killer? Then did you circle any names in the book? What do you think? Well, Tainari said he circled one, so... So you did? The second one is mine. Why? The best way to avoid spoilers is to add a red herring. I'm sorry. I'm really trying hard not to laugh now, just looking at all of you. Then why just one? Tainari circled 3. I already significantly reduced the probability of the murderer's identity being spoiled for the next reader. That's more than enough. No need to worry about things that are beyond saving. And just why isn't it necessary? Using permanent ink to circle a name on the first page. That's obviously beyond saving. What kind of logic is that? I bet you just do the circle for fun. If I must say so, that's because circling the names is far more interesting than the book itself. Okay, that I think everybody in the city can agree with. Fair point. In the end, I only have myself to blame for using up all my pencils. I need to go buy some more. Congratulations. This one-of-a-kind out-of-print book, personally penned by the hands of so many, is now yours. Do you think I look happy about it? I don't even want it.
If it was Paimon, she wouldn't want it either.
What are you talking about? This book is priceless. It has notes from all of your friends. Everybody contributed to this book being the success it is today. And that is something to be commemorated. That's a no from me too. 20 Primo Gems for the best laughs I've ever, not ever, but it's up there. Because every gathering of the Sumeru characters, like just recently when we did Sino's second story quest, like it's always just like such a joy. It's just such a joy to see the gang back together again, doing silly stuff like this. Alright, so Simulanka episode 1, almost nothing to do with Simulanka. But it was certainly very interesting. I can't believe they packaged this as part of the summer event. That means it's gonna go away at some point. Oh, you guys are still waiting for me. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna go talk to Nilu after. I saw your sketches of the components. They're not hard to make. This precision. Okay, I can't read out loud anymore. What do you think manufacturing components is writing letters? Can be done today. I definitely won't be able to complete the numbering machine. Isn't your machine already finished? I'll explain. We ran into some unexpected trouble. Just tell the whole story from start to finish. You fell in love with Miss Kai at first sight. What? No, we're in a cooperation. Business partners. Okay, yeah, sure, of course. If you were business partners, you wouldn't be going to doing this. In fact, a gift of so much effort would actually be kind of odd as a business gift in this scenario. So I think it's kind of obvious, dude. Have you expressed your affection for Miss Kaya? Affection? What? You never told her that you have a... I can assure you that Mr. Garcia's mentioned it to her before. What? Lutong, how did you know? My good sir, the excuse you used when you sent me away that time is simply too telling. That day in the cafe, too. Throughout your conversation with Miss Kaya, you didn't even mention your numbering machine once. Knowing you, I'm certain there was not any regular conversation. Much appreciated, Lutong. Please use that good memory of yours on something else. What did she think? She said she would pay for the coffee next day. Oh. Okay, please move on. The most pressing issue is the components. Okay, it's something. Why don't you ask for some advice from a professional? Like Sheikh Subair, who runs the theater. He knows the likes and dislikes of the performance staff. He might know what gifts you get for Kaya, too. That is a splendid idea, Mr. Garcia. Can you please continue on the discussion of the components of Mr. Ahangar? As for the traveler, maybe we shall pay a visit to the theater and ask Mr. Sheikh Subair for potential gift choices. As you often tell me, a backup plan is necessary for all pursuits, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Lutong. Okay. Oh no. Is this quest now gonna... Uh-oh, what is this? Not this. Oh, the OST. I was listening to the Sinner's finale soundtrack to get so sad. Oh, Emily. I hope this does not interfere with me going to talk to Nilu. But now I realize it might. Oh, no.
Oh! Oh my gosh! Look at them!
So all of the paper creatures turned into living, breathing creatures when they came to that. That is so cool! Great. That's gonna be the thumbnail, even though that's pretty much nothing to do with what most of this episode is about. Alright, do we continue trying to help Garcia, or do we call it an evening? Okay, hold on. What do you have to say about this? Finally a break. You came for me. What do you need? Learn about Miss Kaya, the questions and the situation and all that. She's a brilliant dancer. What she likes is that after she is very fond of a snack called candied Knock nuts. But isn't Kaya about to leave Sumeru? She's been asking around to buy the nuts lately. It's one of them. I've seen it before. We could tell about this, okay. You know, to make it, why don't you go with Kaya? Even negotiate with the troop leader. Okay, let's call it an episode here. I mean, not call it here. Let's just end off, let's put that quest to the side right now. And talk with Nilu and all of our Simulanka friends here who are now in the real world. And look, it's Patty Sarah and Almond. They are real squirrels. And of course, Stream the frog.
Wow, what a gorgeous lotus stage. Fit for the forest fairy herself, after all.
Yeah, I know, right? And Nilu is lovely when she dances on this stage.
A wonderful sight indeed. But, Madam Fairy, I believe the dog over there has been staring at us for quite a while.
Ah, that's Swaff. Don't worry, he's a good dog. He doesn't bite. That's a good boy. I haven't seen you in ages, Swaff. No eating the frogs and hamsters here, okay? No eating.
Oh, oh, look at all the animals getting along. Oh.
What a well-behaved doggy. You see, Stream? I told you, didn't I? The outside world isn't nearly as dangerous as we feared.
You were right. But with that said, Grandpa Almond, why are you hiding behind me?
Aw.
That is so cool. That is so cute that all of the Simulanka creatures became living creatures here. And that they still get to go on all sorts of adventures. That is so... This is like in Ninjago Prime Empire, right? And it's so cool when all the video game characters get to come into the real world and just, you know, see what it's like out there beyond just being stuck in a video game all the time. I wonder what the Genshin Impact characters would do if they came to our world. Although, you know, we don't have magic and all that stuff. But yeah, that's so cool that they get to freely visit us. Awesome. Alright, and of course we have one more group of characters we must talk to before we end off this episode. Yeah? Where's Durin? Where's Mini Durin? Can't Mini Durin come with you too, like all of the other creatures?
People from the academia say they haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, skipping out on school?
Well, maybe I needed some space after being cooped up in there for so long. Anyway, it's a school, not a prison. So what's the problem?
I never said it was a problem. I was just noticing that you seem to be in quite a good mood at the moment.
Yeah? That's good. You're in a good mood.
Shut up. Not another word.
You need a new friend.
I've told you already. Stop trying to read my mind.
You need to. It's written all over your face.
Wait, where is Mini Durin? Is Mini Durin invisible in this world? Is that what happened? But Nahida could probably, if Mini Durin was invisible, I bet Nahida could see him. Shut up, not another word. So emo. I'm so happy Wanderer finally found another friend that he can hang out with and was going on lots of cool and fun adventures, and that Mini Durin can come with him to visit Nahida. And of course, it looks like school is going well for him. I wonder how that's going, but I mean, school is a fun place to hang out. I'm not gonna lie. Getting to go to the big university campus is pretty awesome. And sure, I definitely think he enjoys it, at least a lot more than, being in a prison, right? And yeah, just so happy to see more Nahida and Wanderer interactions, because of course that always makes me feel better and fills my soul. All right, enough of that. We had lots of adventures here in Sumeru today, and I guess in the next episode, we will probably be doing this quest, the Kirara quest, and starting to actually do some stuff in Simulanka. So, yeah, with that, I will see you all in the next episode.